is ordinary until you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello and welcome to CoreTV Primetime News. I am Frank Omalape. Our top stories tonight. Federal government to raise $100 million for Safe School initiative. Also in this program, INEC gives PDP candidate in Ekiti State, Ayodele Fauci, clean bill of health to contest the June 21 governorship election. Independent Corrupt Practices Commission seizes over 372 passports from fake traveling agents involved in visa scams across the nation. And outside Nigeria, United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon expresses deep concern over rising militant onslaught in Iraq.
Business news tonight. Central Bank of Nigeria to sanction banks over failure to refund customers' monies trapped in automated teller machines.
In our top story of sports, Nigerians expressed disappointment at the performance of Super Eagles in the opening match against Iran at the World Cup.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Here are the details of the headlines news. The federal government has released 1.6 billion naira to kickstart a trust fund for Safe Schools initiative in the country. The private sector is also committing 1.6 billion naira to the fund. Finance Minister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala disclosed this after a brief meeting with President Goodluck Jonathan at the presidential villa. Former British Prime Minister Gordon Brown also attended the meeting alongside governors of 2 of the 3 states affected by the Boko Haram insurgency.
And I'm here to say that we wish as an international community to do everything we can to back up the efforts of President Goodluck Jonathan and the governors of the states to make sure these girls are returned to their families, and at the same time to make sure that every parent feels that they can send their children to school knowing that they will be safe in future. And that's why we're launching the Safe Schools initiative, and that's why the President has decided to set up this new fund that will allow the international community as well as local donors to contribute to making our schools in this country safer.
Of the UK, we met with His Excellency Mr. President, who has kicked off the Safe Schools initiative. And the former UK Prime Minister is here as the UN envoy, the envoy of the Secretary General of the United Nations, bringing the wishes and support of the international community to back Mr. President's initiative on safe schools. We've got their excellencies, the governor of Borno State and the governor of Yobe State, and we'll be joined by the governor of Adamawa State tomorrow, who are going to be working with us to make the communities safe and the schools safer, so that our children who are in these areas can come back to school.
The Independent National Electoral Commission says it has no cause to stop former Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose from contesting this weekend's governorship election. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission had argued that only INEC can stop the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party who is facing corruption charges. The commission, however, insists that it has no such powers.
The law provides for a procedure for a candidate to be nominated. All INEC does is to see that the party has followed that procedure. The commission cannot ignore the procedure that the law provides for. The Electoral Act stipulates procedures, the Constitution stipulates procedures. If those procedures are complied with, INEC cannot go outside those procedures and be looking for extraneous issues. It's not INEC's business to do that. Its job is just to see that laws are implemented the way they are written. And once they are written and they are implemented, it has no powers to do otherwise.
Just few days, the June 21 governorship election in Ekiti. The leadership of the Independent National Electoral Commission has denied promising anyone the usage of electronic card reader at the forthcoming poll. This is a view as a tacit response to Osun Governor Ralph Aregbesol's call for the use of electronic card reader to enhance credibility of the poll. Rashid has more in this report.
The governor of Osun State, Ralph Aregbesola, recently made the call for the deployment of electronic card reader at the June 21st election during the APC mega rally in Ado-Ekiti. The INEC leadership fired back, saying it never promised the nation the use of the card reader for now.
If INEC is committed to ensuring that the will of the people is translated into the return of everyday elected representatives, then to use the electronic voters card is a more than a duty for INEC.
At no time in the electoral process did the commission promise that we were going to do the election in Ekiti with the use of biometric card reader. What was told, what we said was that we are going to commence the distribution of the permanent voters card, which has electronic chips.
The National Commissioner of INEC says the commission is not in enough possession of the card readers, as Aregbesola insists that the deployment of the card readers for the poll is the only face-saving situation for INEC.
We just started the process of taking delivery of some of the biometric, and we haven't got enough. So there's no way we can go to Ekiti with Osun with the use of biometric card reader. We never promised the country we are going to use that.
We must insist that INEC, for the transparency and credibility of these elections in Ekiti and Osun, the electronic card reader must be used.
With the governorship election just days away, Aregbesola talked tough on the need for INEC to make the election credible.
INEC can guarantee freeness, fairness, and transparency of this election in Ekiti coming up on 21st of June. Is for it to use the electronic card reader.
Since 2011, we have not rested on our horse. We have been putting in place other processes that can ensure the integrity of the election and confirm more credibility on the electoral process.
However, it is obvious that INEC is not ready to shift ground on the issue, at least for now. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado-Ekiti.
The just concluded National Convention of the All Progressives Congress are surely not without its surprises. One of these is the emergence of Segun Oni, the former governor of Ekiti, who only recently defected to the APC as the deputy national chairman of the party. Speaking with journalists at his Ifaki country home, Oni revealed that he enjoys the blessings of ex-President Olusegun Obasanjo over his movement to the APC. Rashid has more in this report.
On the day Segun Oni, the former governor of Ekiti State, and Kayode Fayemi reconciled, the political world was greeted with surprises. Though Oni had said that his coming to APC was a merger, few people will surely expect that he will emerge as the first 10 in the League of the All Progressives Congress. The deputy national chairman south of the APC says his coming to the party actually got the nod of ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo.
Baba is a father, he has many children. And if the children will have to square up on the street, he is not going to side up with one. He is not going to go all out to flog one for the other. First and foremost, Nigeria should be considered, and the interest of Nigeria should be considered. And that's what we are doing. And I'm sure Baba will be very proud of us because we are trying to take after him.
Drawing from his background as a strategist, Oni explains that the chances of the All Progressives Congress in the 2015 elections is bright.
AP is actually a product in its decline state now, period. And it can only go down. It can't go up now because once you hit a decline, it's a slippery terrain, downhill. It's a slippery terrain, downhill. So I can't see I can't see the possibility of any other party other than the APC winning the next general elections.
He also affirmed that the APC is the party to beat in Ekiti State at the forthcoming governorship election.
Candidate whose certificates, educational qualifications, nobody can vouch for, even right now. A candidate that is shuttling between the courts, answering to fraud charges and the murder charges. That's a candidate you can call a potential jailbird. Dr. Fayemi has done well. Therefore, it's not just incumbency, it is incumbency that everybody can be proud of.
Oni may have spoken, but the ultimate decision come June 21 will be by the people. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ifaki Ekiti.
There is no gainsaying the importance of money in politics, especially as it concerns Nigeria. However, some Nigerians are of strong belief that the influence of money bags on the nation's politics is taking a worrisome dimension. One of them, Dupe Onitiri Abiola, says the role of godfatherism, a term used loosely to describe the very rich who use their money well to directly influence politicians and make them perform their bid on the politics of Nigeria, could injure the well-being of the 2015 general elections.
They'll tell you if you want to become so person, you must have 10 billion, you must have 5 billion, you must have those billion. It's not a matter of do or die. I do not believe in such politics. You know, people that do it is because they've invested so many things in it. And they thought that, you know, they invested what I mean, like, you know, money, like Godfather's money, and, you know, all these promises and all this, you know, I don't know. You know, it happens when they do politics, they find out people are disappearing. And you hear over there, they're selling people, they're killing people, they're chopping people, whatever it is. You have keg of blood of people, all this trash, all this nonsense. You know, because they think they have to do all these things to get there. But when you know that you have God on your side, and you know what you have to do when you're going to do it, when it's going to happen, you don't know, it's not a matter of do or die. Why do you have to do any do or die when you have God Almighty? He's in control.
Onitiri Abiola, who has her eyes on the governorship of Lagos next year, spoke extensively on our next edition of Women in Politics with Ebolomo Adekule. Away from that now, the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission says that it has seized over 372 passports from fake traveling agents involved in visa schemes across the nation. Chairman of the commission, Ekpo Nta, disclosed this in Lagos at a one-day seminar on curbing visa scams. Nta says that the 372 passports were intercepted based on intelligence information on the illegal activities of unauthorized travel agents and other persons involved in visa procurement scams. According to him, the authority will give the holders of the seized passport an opportunity to come to the ICPC office in Abuja to pick their passports. He cautioned on suspecting travelers from a patronizing tout as embassies in the visas acquiring process. He also advised embassies and high commissions in Nigeria to sanitize their visa processes and also entrench a culture of integrity and the procurement of process. The Federation Accounts Allocation Committee has distributed 648.3 billion among the three arms of government. Accountant General of the Federation, Jonah Otunla, disclosed this at a press briefing after the meeting. He added that the amount is more than the previous month, but still fell short of expectations.
In total, we have a statutory revenue figure of 582.934, VAT 65.4. So the total distributable for this month is 648.349, which when compared to last month is 49.177 over and above that of last month. Then the total allocated to Shopee as usual is 35.55 billion naira. So the gross revenue of 844 billion received for the month was higher than the 584 received in the previous month by 259.88 billion. This was boosted by a bulk payment of 1.2 billion naira from NLNG, which made a very profound impact on our revenue collection for the month. but our oil production continued to be affected negatively due to the incidence of theft, repair and maintenance of ruptured pipelines.
CoreTV Primetime News. To come after the break, Lagos Chief Judge visits the popular Kirikiri prison. Find out her mission there right after this time out. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ghana. Please remain seated and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. You can now turn on your MTN mobile phone data to enjoy a browsing rate of 5 kobo per kilobyte with MTN One World. Thank you.
Absolutely. Browse like home with MTN One World. Surfing the web from any MTN operating country costs the same like home. Enjoy affordable rates when you call and send text messages. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN. Everywhere you go.
This one wash challenge, you test Ariel to see if it removes stains in one wash. Let the challenge begin. First, chocolate and juice. We will wash shirts with Ariel. Look, Ariel has cleaned in just one wash. So which detergent removes stains in one wash? Ariel. P&G Everyday Quality brand.
Come June 21, it will be decision day for the people of Ekiti. 18 candidates are gunning for one seat.
I am the next governor of Ekiti.
But the people will have the final say.
I know that tolerance has a very big place.
Join extensive coverage of the election and get up to the many details as development unfolds.
I'm the voice of the Ekiti people.
With expert analysis from the best political team on television.
And that's honesty of island. Without
Join us all day June 21 to find out who emerges the next governor of Ekiti State.
We have agreed to move this state forward.
Keep a date with us on CoreTV News. You can also watch us live on our website on www.coretvnews.com, a 24-hour news station.
CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station.
Glad to have you back. If you're just joining us, this is CoreTV Primetime News. For more information on our news and other programs, visit our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/CoreTV News. Our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. And on YouTube is youtube.com/CoreTV. Leave a space, the news. About 75 inmates of the popular Kirikiri prison in Lagos have been granted pardon and set free after a long stay in prison. Oluwaseyi Adegoke witnessed the occasion and returned with this report presented from our studios.
June 17, 2014 is a day these ex-inmates will never forget in a hurry. The Chief Judge of Lagos State, Ayotunde Phillips, says the exercise is a statutory function.
I want to do my statutory duties of releasing inmates that shouldn't be here and they're still here.
Chairman of the Prison Decongestion Committee, Olutoyin Ipaye, says the freedom of the inmate was based on the nature of the offences.
In a bid to decongest and to set them free, we carry out the statutory function. We look at the nature of the offence. Sometimes they are non-capital offences and they have been in custody way beyond even the maximum sentence that they could have earned even upon conviction. And so we look at those ones, and then even for a capital offence, if they have been in custody for way too long, we're talking about those who have been in custody from 2012 upwards, and their trial is not ongoing for one reason or the other, either because the police have not been able to complete their investigation, or the DPP's advice has come out and they have declined to prosecute. Then it behoves the Chief Judge of Lagos State to carry out her statutory functions and to try to decongest the prisoners and to set them free.
Only female among the freed inmates expresses joy and gratitude at the development.
No, I'm not going back again. Oh, Jesus. It has been a very tough life. It's been a life of testimony. It's challenging. It's challenging. I'm advising them to grab Jesus. They should know, they should not go back to anything that will lead them to prison. Because prison is a place of destruction.
Deputy Controller of the Kirikiri Maximum Prison, Tunde Ladipo, enjoins the Chief Judge to look into the issue of decongesting Nigerian prisons.
It's not a pleasant place. A day in prison is hell. You know, some of us that are working there will see the opportunity, we want to go away. But if that is where God said you're going to work, you definitely will be working there. This is just a bit of what we are doing, turning the life of these inmates around. You see our vocational workshops, you see some of the products, you see the sandals, you see the furnitures, you see the beads, you see everything that are being produced. A lot of these things you won't believe are coming from the prisons. Maybe the attitude of the government, looking at prison as a place of punishment, needs to be changed. If it is not changed, I think if you bring them all raw here, this same raw product will sell out into the society. And when they get out worse.
Judge of Lagos, Ayotunde Phillips, urged the prison officials to be patient as all their problems will be looked into.
The Legal Practitioners Privileges Committee has shortlisted the Lagos lawyer Festus Keyamo and 22 others for an interview preparatory to the award of the rank of the Senior Advocate of Nigeria. The names of the shortlisted candidates were contained in a statement by the Registrar of the Supreme Court and Secretary to the LPPC, Sunday Olorun Dahunsi. Apart from Keyamo, other shortlisted candidates are Gerard Godwin Ezuoko Jr., Samuel Zebri, Joshua Olukayode Olatoke, Adewale Adedamola Olawoye, Olushola Olaseni Idowu, Shukudi Obiezeni, Kevin Chukudi Mfufo, and Wale Tawo. Also included on the list is Theophilus Akikpeno Onigbide, Teslim Busari, Olatunde Olorunroti Ade Juyigbe, Richard Ayodele Akintude, and Sylvanus Owemo. Others are Adewale Adeshokon, Tawo, Andrew Ibukwe, Chike Onyememan, Fresin Chijoke Okoli, Amuda Kanike Abiodun, Oluwakemi Balogun, Ahamfedwi Kechuku Ejelam, and Hakim Afolabi Olatude. The council urged members of the public to comment on the integrity, reputation, and competence of the applicants on or before July 7, 2014. Away from that now, the Lagos State government has charged the general public to shun segregation and discrimination of the physically challenged. The advice was given at the first biannual stakeholders forum organized by the Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs. Olajumaka Olatuji was there and brought back this report.
With a theme towards achieving an inclusive society in Lagos, the gathering urged members of the public to support the disabled individuals and improve their welfare. The representative of the Special Advisor to the Governor on Youth and Development hails the courage of the physically challenged and urged them not to relent in pursuing their...
This is also born out of the realization by the state that we cannot allow the whole order to continue, whereby disability issues come under charity or seen as donating materials for people with disability to survive. Right now in Lagos State, people with disabilities are being given their deserving respect and accorded dignity as enshrined in the various laws, which guarantees them rights and privileges that enable them to carry out their daily human activities almost as their able-bodied counterparts in various parts of life.
Adebukola Adebayo gives an overview of the Lagos State Special People's Law and applauded the Lagos State government for this achievement.
We should not see the law as just for persons with disabilities. It is for everybody. because it says that, look, whatever condition, and the GM talked about temporary disabilities. Sometimes we could fall, things would happen that make us some illness or whatever could make us have temporary disabilities. But we are saying that whether you are a governor, you are a commissioner, whatsoever, whatever condition, physical condition you find yourself, you'll still be able to perform your function.
Some physically challenged also spoke on their challenges and urged others not to be crippled by their disability in achieving their goals.
One, in time of marriage, we survive it. In time of study, that's education, we survive it.
It's a great task, but what we need to do, has to do with the concern of every individual, every stakeholder, every citizen, every sector, including religion sector. We have to understand what disability is, and having the mind that someone with disability just having not opportunity of having a particular maybe sight, the ear, and maybe the legs. So the first step in making them inclusive is that carrying them along in whatever they are doing. Disability is state of the mind. Because like when I was in school, I didn't see myself as a disabled person. They shouldn't see themselves as a disabled person. You have to be there. You have to be articulate. Say your mind, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. Does not necessarily mean because you are disabled. If you are not disabled, peradventure you may not even like it. Don't let that your disability ground you down.
The one-day seminar seeks to assist in the implementation of the Lagos State Special People's Law.
You're watching CoreTV Primetime News. News to come after the break. CBN vows to deal with banks who fail to refund customers' monies trapped in ATMs. Details of these and other business stories with Sabena Izoku after this timeout.
This one wash challenge will test Ariel to see if it removes stains in one wash. Let the challenge begin. First, chocolate and juice. We will wash shirts with Ariel. Look, Ariel has cleaned in just one wash. So which detergent removes stains in one wash? Ariel, P&G Everyday Quality Brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ghana. Please remain seated and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. You can now turn on your MTN mobile phone data to enjoy a browsing rate of 5 kobo per kilobyte with MTN One World. Thank you.
Absolutely. Browse like home with MTN One World. Surfing the web from any MTN operating country costs the same like home. Enjoy affordable rates when you call and send text messages. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Come June 21, it will be decision day for the people of Ekiti. 18 candidates are gunning for one seat.
I am the next governor of Ekiti.
But the people will have the final say.
I know that tolerance has a very big place.
Join extensive coverage of the election and get up to the many details as development unfolds.
I'm the voice of Ekiti people.
With expert analysis from the best political team on television.
And that's honesty of island.
Join us all day June 21 to find out who emerges the next governor of Ekiti State.
We have agreed to move this state forward.
Keep a date with us on CoreTV News. You can also watch us live on our website on www.coretvnews.com, a 24-hour news station.
CoreTV News presents a platform with presence in over 30 states of the Federation. Be sure to be had. For live coverage of events, we have the capacity to deliver from anywhere in Nigeria and beyond. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733, 014-533-407.
Our 24-hour news station.
Hello there and welcome to the world of business. I am Sabena Izuku. The Central Bank of Nigeria has warned that it will begin to sanction deposit money banks which fail to refund to customers monies trapped in their automated teller machines. which is also known as the ATM. And the circular, CBN's Director Banking and Payment System Department, Dayo Fatukun, says the issue was brought to the notice head banking as well as heads of operation at a meeting held on the 15th of April, which held the card scheme and switches present. In the circular to the deposit money banks, the Central Bank of Nigeria has directed the affected banks to return all such monies in their possessions. 5,500 branches of Nigeria's 25 deposit money banks nationwide, latest by July 31st, 2014, or face sanctions. This is causing pain and frustration to many of the country's 25 million bank customers who are losing confidence in electronic payment systems as a result of slow and inefficient dispute resolution when issues relating to faulty ATM transactions arise. Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, is considering extending deposit insurance coverage to mobile banking subscribers, which each subscriber is guaranteed up to the sum of 200,000 for Microfinance Bank and Primary Mortgage Bank and 500,000 for Deposit Money Bank. According to the Managing Director, Umaru Ibrahim, who is in the event of bank failure, the insured mobile account can be transferred to another sound bank. The development is to further engender public confidence in the system, thereby promoting financial stability by reducing the cost of banking services, drive financial inclusion, improve effectiveness of monetary policy, reduce the high security and safety risk, reduce high subsidy, foster transparency, and curb corruption, and ultimately meet the federal government's Vision 2020. Following the projections of experts that pharmaceutical imports into the country will reach $700 million in 2018, investors have expressed interest in tapping into huge opportunities presented by the sector through establishment of manufacturing plants locally or ending medical tourism through treatment of Nigerian patients locally. According to Gumel Farouk, an expert who spoke at the Nigerian-Pakistan Farmer Investment Forum in Lagos, that each of the 18,000 Nigerians who visited the country in 2012 spent an average of $15,000 in the country for medical treatment. As a result of these indices, investors are excited about the viable opportunities present in the pharmaceutical sector and are hell-bent on taking maximum advantage of them. They point to Nigeria's 174 million population with 2.8% annual growth potential, less than 55% capacity in the pharmaceutical industry, strong demand for improved management of infectious disease in the country, among others, as reasons for investment excitement. The federal government and the United States investors have signed a memorandum of understanding for the construction of a gas-fired power plant in the country. The Minister for State for Power, Alhaji Wakil Mohammed, who signed a memorandum of understanding on behalf of the federal government with the 5-member delegations from the United States in Abuja, described the agreement as timely. The minister said the plant, when realized, the project will make an attainment of the government's target of greater access to quality electricity by Nigerians achievable in no distant future. On the stock market report, trading on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange ended on a negative note. The Nigerian Stock Exchange All Shares Index depreciated by 0.76% to close at 41,135.40 basis points. Similarly, market capitalization dropped by 104 billion naira to close at 13.582 trillion naira. Investors on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, however, staked 4.0 billion naira on the 313.087 million shares in 5,066 deals. Nestle led the losers chart, followed by Nigerian Breweries, Corn Oil PLC, Guarantee Trust Bank, and ETI. Conversely, MRS recorded the highest, followed by Owando Oil, Dangote Cement, Unilever PLC, and Coventry PLC. And here are the top 5 trades. And that's it on Business News. Coming up next is the world of sports with Tolu Ojomi, who's standing by to give you all the details. Stay with us.
Good evening. Now to sports. Nigeria and Iran became the first sides to draw the World Cup as it played out in Turkey with the new to the attacking nature of the tournament so far. Neither side showed much creativity, and the final whistle was met by cacophony of boos from the mainly Brazilian crowd. The draw leaves Iran still in search of the first ever World Cup victory, whilst Nigeria's winless streak in the competition extends to 9 games, stretching back to 1998.
They really played good. To me, they really played good. But I just can't fathom it. I don't expect the Super Eagles not to score a goal.
Average Nigerian is going home angry, bitterness. You can see we love football. If you ask anybody on the street now, we're not happy.
Former Nigerian midfielder Austin Okocha has thrown his weight behind the Super Eagles to bounce back in style against Bosnia-Herzegovina in the second Group F match at the ongoing 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. The Eagles made a false start in the competition when they were held to a 0-0 draw on Monday night by Iran. Okocha believes the African champions have all it takes to excel at the tournament with their never-say-die spirit by bouncing back against the European side on June 21. And Shakhtar midfielder Julian Draxler says he turned down a move to Arsenal in January and plans to remain with the Bundesliga club this summer. The 20-year-old German international was linked with a move to the Gunners during the transfer window. Draxler, who signed a 5-year contract with Shakhtar in May, says in January there was an offer of Arsenal, but he decided to stay in Shakhtar 1 more year. Draxler's current contract reportedly contains a 45 million euros, about 38 million pounds buyout clause. He has played on the left of midfield and in a central attacking midfield role, scoring 15 goals in more than 100 appearances. And to Formula One, Red Bull say they are committed to Formula One for the long term, despite Adrian Newey's plan to step back from running the team's design office. Newey, regarded as the best designer in Formula One, is to move into an advisory and mentoring role from 2015. Helmut Marko, Red Bull owner, Dietrich Mateschitsch's right-hand man, said he will do whatever is necessary. The team was built around Adrian, but we have a group of really good people and are prepared for the challenge. And that's all on sports tonight. A big thank you to you for watching. Over now to Franca Malapi for the rest of the news.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digi360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Thank you for joining us again on CoreTV Primetime News. For more information on our news and other programs, visit our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/CoreTV News. And our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. And on YouTube, it's youtube.com/CoreTV, leave a space, the news. Aside Nigeria now, UN Chief Ban Ki-moon has warned that Islamic militant onslaught in Iraq raises the specter of sectarian conflict spilling across the embattled nation's borders. He expresses deep concern about the rapidly deteriorating security situation in Iraq, including the reports of mass summer executions by the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. The militants rooted in Iraq's Sunni Muslim community are battling the Shiite-run central government, which has ruled since dictator Saddam Hussein was ousted by a US-led coalition in 2003.
I'm deeply concerned about the rapidly deteriorating security situation in Iraq, including the reports of mass summary executions by the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, ISIL. There is a real risk of further sectarian violence on a massive scale within Iraq and beyond its borders. I strongly condemn all these terrorist attacks, in killing civilian populations and kidnapping diplomatic officials. Those are unacceptable human rights violations. And I have been urging on many times that all perpetrators of this gross violation of human rights should be brought to justice.
The militants who have found favor among Sunni former Saddam supporters have taken control of one of the province and part of 3 others north of Baghdad since they began their assault last week. They are said to have killed scores of captured Iraqi soldiers, as well as targeting civilians and abducting dozens of Turkish diplomats. Now to East Africa, Muslim leaders in Kenya have strongly condemned the Mpeketoni massacre and blamed the government for not having put enough security measures to avoid such attacks that are becoming widespread across the country. Kenya's security chiefs were under mounting pressure to resign after Islamist militants carried out another brazen attack, with the government accused of ignoring an increasingly sophisticated threat from Somalia's Al-Qaeda-linked Shabab. The Islamist group says its fighters carried out 2 nights of carnage that have left close to 60 Kenyans dead in a town and villages along Kenya's coast. The attackers escaped to their base while no single arrest has been made. Criticism of the government response have been singing.
It is rather strange that the attack on Mpeketoni, which appeared to have been well planned, could have happened without the knowledge of security and intelligence officers. We have in the past condemned the activities of extrajudicial killing, and we still stand by that. The government has not come out clean to talk about the killing of those sheikhs. We still hold them responsible until they come and prove to us that these are the people who did commit that. However, whoever comes from outside our borders claiming that they are representing us and they are revenging for that is not representing us. There is law and order in this country, and there is due process to be followed. I think the teaching of Islam is absolutely clear. Any individual who tries to use the name of Islam for personal or group interests is not going to be supported by us, particularly when that means loss of life and property. We condemn anybody anywhere in the world, be it in Kenya or outside. Islam does not support the taking away of innocent life, and there is no justification towards that. They don't do these things in the name of Islam. They don't represent the Muslims. It is group interests, and they continue with their group interests, but they don't represent us.
And why the Shabab says the massacre was a revenge for Kenya's military presence in Somalia, as well as the brutal oppression of Muslims in Kenya. Nuclear negotiators from Iran and 6 world powers got down to business seeking to strike a momentous deal before July 20 deadline. U.S. officials revealed that the United States and Iran briefly discussed the crisis raging in Iraq. However, the focus in Vienna on the second day of talks was the mooted atomic agreement. The hugely complex accord would see the Islamic Republic scale down its nuclear program to ease concerns that it wants atomic weapons, something Iran has long denied. In return, Iran is demanding the lifting of all UN and Western sanctions that are hitting its vital oil export and clogging up its financial systems. A senior U.S. official in Vienna says the negotiations have already intensified as expected and that they will continue to do so in the days and weeks leading up to July 20. The West hotly disputes Iran's claim that it needs this material for nuclear facilities around the country, saying it only has one power plant fueled by Russia, while others are years, if not decades, from completion. Well, this is where we end the show tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Frank Omalape, wishing you a peaceful night rest. Bye for now.